up your arms, just a little shoulder stretch. Cross up and over. And then take the arms to a wide, open side. So it's just upper body, lower body, core, you know. The difference today is that we're going to do every move for 60 seconds. So you might want to rethink the weights that you're using for some of the exercises. In 3, in 2, in 1, take a big breath in, bring the arms up, and then fold down to the floor. Look forward, inhale. Bend your knees, squat down, straighten your legs, and roll up through your spine. Bring the arms up. Bring it down through the center. Forward fold. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend, bonjour, and straighten the legs, chin to chest. We're just doing a quick warm-up. Arms up. Couple different sets of weights, Joe. Bring the arms down. Fold down, look forward, squat. Now stay in a squat. Walk your hands a little further out, but step your weight back into your heels. So a nice stretch across the back. And then if you'd like to straighten the legs a little bit more and bend one side than the other. So a short down dog or a long forward fold. Come back to the center in 3, 2, and 1. Walk your hands back to your feet, hands to your thighs, lengthen your spine, arch your back. Exhale, round your back. Inhale, arch your back. Right shoulder presses in. Left shoulder presses in. Good, both shoulders press in, round your back again. Extend your spine, turn your toes out, lift your chest up, bring your arms up. Exhale, plie, little bend in the knees, the bigger little bend. All the way up and down. One more time, take it down, take it all the way up. Take your arms behind your back as you lengthen through your shoulders, chest, but bend your knees. And one more time, fold forward, turn your toes forward, arms up. Hang your head, bend one side then the other again. Just a little bit of motion into the hips here. Stay in the center for this one and roll back up through your spine. Roll your shoulders back and around. Take a big breath in and come on in. You can hug your knees while I'm talking. We've got 6 exercises. We're going to go through them. Boom, 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 boom. For a minute of time each one. First one is a squat. We add a pulse, and then we stand up. So you can use weights, no weights if you'd like. The second exercise will be bent over rows. We've got biceps in this and kickbacks. So get a weight that you can accommodate. Remember, we're going to do 60 seconds. So it gets a little bit, long sometimes. So choose the weights that you think you can handle for 60 seconds of work. Or have a couple of sets of weights nearby. Actually, I'll just bring mine a little bit closer. All right, our first set is squats. You can do with or without weight in your hands. We got plenty of different squats in this set. And if you're not doing full squats, you can just do some hip hinges or calf raises. All right, we go in 3. First one has a pulse. 2, 1, here we go. So we're gonna squat, pulse, and come back up. Keep the weight in your heels and come back up. Good. So it's just one pulse. You go down, you come up, you go down, and come back all the way up. That's it. So there's just a little pulse at the bottom range. Down, up. Good. Keep going. Down, up. Weight is back in your heels. Good. You're just about halfway through, so you can see that a minute can be sometimes long. It's only short when it's recovery time. Right? You're like, ugh, can't I get a little bit more time? Here is like, ugh, when are we going to end? All right, the next set is a bent over row. So that's usually a pretty heavy weight, but again, it's a minute of time. So maybe in your first set, you take it a little bit lighter and see how it goes. You got about 5 more seconds happening. 3, 2, good. Pick up your weights. Right into the bent over rows. Palms face down, row. So I'm going with a lighter set of weights for myself. Anytime your back needs a little stretch, just come up, stretch, and then come back down into it. That's it. So try to get your torso hinged forward a little bit more so you're more parallel to the floor. Next set's going to be another squat with or without weights. It's a goblet. Well, actually, it'll be one weight. Let's put it that way. Good. 30 more seconds. So here we go with, that minute getting old. Good. Keep going. You can keep 2 weights for the next set. It's a goblet squat, so our feet are going to go a little bit wider. We're going to hold the weight underneath our chin, and we're going to do just a simple squat up and down. You got 3, 2, and 1. 1 weight under the chin, feet a little wider than hips, come down, come up. So if you look, my elbows are coming towards the inside of my thighs. Weight goes back into the heels. Keep your torso upright. Good. So don't bow, Ralph, so much. Don't go as low as with your legs, because I know you have, yeah, that's better. Knee situations. After this, we move into bicep curls. So again, you're going to see the weight that's appropriate for you. You're halfway through. Good. Send the weight back to the heels. Get that nice line in the thighs. 20 seconds. We're going to go back to 2 weights. You got 10 seconds more. You'll start to appreciate the minute of time. You go in 3, 2, pick up your second weight, 1. Here we go, bicep curls. Let's alternate, but not fast. Alternate curls. So the palms are down and then they rotate open. So you can go with a heavier weight as we are alternating arms. If you choose to do straight arms without alternating, that's fine. Go for it. Just pay attention to your body. All right, so the next set of squats coming up in 30 seconds is back to a sumo squat, a little bit wider than hips. You can have the weights by your side, in between your legs, chin under your chin again, over your shoulders, or no weights at all. Let's see where we're at. You got 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Good, I'm gonna go to squats. So my toes again are a little bit wider than my hips. Weight back in your heels. Good. So you're almost done with this first set. We have kickbacks after this, or overhead triceps if that's where you're going, or something on the floor. Torso stays up. Remember, it's not a bow. Hip, knee, ankle action. All right, you're about halfway through. Very good, guys. Stay with it. That's it. So it's not a curtsy bow. Had a lot of that last week. Not with me, but with the king. All right, 15 seconds. And I'm not even the queen now. All right, you're almost there. Kickbacks are coming up. Anything you can modify. You can go 1 arm at a time for these as well. 3, 2, and 1. Bend your arms, kick back. Elbows come in and out. So extend the arm and bring it in. And again, a little bit more hinge forward, but the knees are bent. A little bit more hinge forward. A little bit more foot, yeah. That's it. Oh, you just got frozen, Joe. All right, good. Good, get the elbows behind your back and then extend from there. 30 seconds. Good. So here's the good news. In 25 seconds, you're gonna get a minute of rest. Enjoy it, or if you're feeling super energized and you wanna keep it active, you could do jumping jacks, or jogs, or marches in place, or you can just grab some water, wipe yourselves down. In 3, in 2, in 1, put your weights down. All right, you've got 60 seconds to do what you need. You could take a stretch, which is never a bad idea. We're gonna go back. So you might wanna do a nice little stretch from your equipment or hands on your thighs, a little cat and cow to release some of the lower back. Arms behind your back, open up your shoulders, chest, go back to what we did in the beginning. Just opening up everything. You got 30 seconds. We go right back into the squat with a pulse. All right, so we're just repeating everything twice, straight through. First exercise, squat with a pulse. Hips are pretty neutral on this one, so we did a couple others with our hips a little bit externally rotated. Now we're going to keep them in a neutral position. All right, if you're picking up a weight, this is the time to do it. Restart in 3, in 2, in 1, squat. Add the pulse at the bottom and come back up. 1. Oh, I'm not counting, I don't care. But it's nice to count your reps, especially from one set to the next, and see if you equaled it, meet or beat it, right? Keep it going. All right. You're halfway through. After this, we're into our bent over rows. That also you can do with single arms. So make sure you're doing something. Even you could go into a bridge, even though we'll be doing some bridging later, but that's okay. Same action without standing up straight. All right, you got about 5 seconds coming up. We're gonna pick up our weights for bent over rows. 3, 2, and 1. Pick up your weights, bent over rows, right into it. So you're hinging. You can have your feet staggered if it feels better to you, but take your torso in a forward, a parallel to the floor position. You can have your arms in any direction. Good, and just soften your knees a little bit, Joe. Like a little bend in your knees. A little more bend, so you protect your back. Anytime you need to come up and stretch, just come up and stretch. You're halfway through. We're going into goblet squats with one weight coming up. Squeeze the elbows behind you, squeeze your shoulders. 15 to go. In 10 seconds, we're gonna go with one weight only. You got 3, you got 2, you got 1. Stand up, bring the weight underneath your chin, feet are a little turned out, drop the elbows inside the knee. Straight down, straight up. Weight back to your heels, lift your toes up so you know your weight's going back into your heels. Your alignment is good, safe. All right, a third of the way through. After this, we're into our biceps. Weight in your heels. My hope, Joe, is that I get you through the whole workout before you have to leave. All right, 20 seconds. We're gonna add 2 weights or add a second weight. Weight back in the heels. Last 10 seconds. In 3, in 2, pick up your second weight, alternating bicep curls, or stay with a single bicep curl. You can rotate the arm or keep your palms open. Good. All right, 20 in. From here, we go back to a sumo squat, a little bit wider in the feet, a little bit more turnout. 30 seconds. Stay on it. All right, last 20 seconds. You can use one weight, 2 weights, no weights coming up. You got 10. Hang in there. 3, 2, 1. Take your toes out and turn it in. Squat. Weight back in your heels. Not quite a plie. And I'm trying to think, yeah, we're gonna do later on a deadlift in this position too, with the legs in this position, or the hips in this position. All right, you're a third of the way in. After this, we have kickbacks. Then we're done with our first module. Woo. But the good news is you do get a minute in between, so you can set yourself up for anything you need. All right. Last 20 seconds with this. Press the heels down. Squeeze all the way up. Even if it's a little hip hinge, I'm happy. 3, 2, 1. Arms behind your back, kick back, or elbows behind your back. So get in a forward position. Get the elbows further behind your back. Good. Yeah. A little, pull your elbows back towards your bed, Joe. And then keep them back there as much as you can. So a little further back. Yeah. There you go. Nice, guys. Good. All right, you're halfway through. Then we have another round, and I'll show you what's coming up. Smile. 20 seconds. All right, here we go. Last 10 coming up. 10, 3, 2, and 1. Woo, okay, grab some water. Let it go, shake it out. Second round, we start with a deadlift. Our traditional RDL. You can use a heavy weight, a light weight, or no weight at all. So it'll be with both legs on the floor. Then we have a shoulder press. We're gonna do them like Arnold, so your palms will face in, then you rotate one arm at a time up overhead. Moving into a single leg deadlift, so one leg will stay grounded, the other one will come back. And then we have side raises, so light weights. And then we have a sumo deadlift, like I was saying, in this position, a little bit more open, and then we deadlift through the center. All right, so get ready if you're gonna use weights for a traditional deadlift. One heavy weight is fine, 2 heavy weights, no weights at all. And 3, hips square 2, let's go. All right, so our first set is with our hips in a neutral position. Back, shoulders, chest open, right? Is a soft bend or maybe more of a bend in the knees, right? This is not a squat now. We're hinging forward. Hips go back, shoulders, chest back. Good, keep looking forward. Drive through your heels, come up. Take your time on the way down. And all the way up, 30 seconds. Make sure that when you go down, you don't round and hunch your back, right? Keep sticking your chest out proud. All right, 15 seconds, and we're gonna go to a shoulder press. Overhead press, alternating arms, Arnold's, with our palms starting facing in. You got about 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Rack your weights at your chest, alternate arms overhead. So as your arms push up, the palms turn forward. Good. The arms stay up at your chest. So they start from your chest, your collarbones. Make sure that you don't lean back, right? If you're gonna lean in any direction, lean forward a little bit, but no stress in the lower back. From here, we're gonna go to a single leg. The good news on the single leg is we're doing both legs, but each one is 30 seconds. You can say thank you later. 20 seconds. All right, 15 seconds. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Right leg is up in the air, heel is up. Now you also have the option, to move your leg further back or balance on one leg. Always a choice. Good. You're 15 seconds into this one. Choose one way or another, or all 3, but we're gonna go to the other side in about 5 seconds. 3, 2, change legs. All you do now is shift the weight to the right heel, and you have the option of taking the left foot back a little further, and or lifting off the floor with your left leg. And be careful that the weight doesn't drag you down, that you control your body against the weight. Either way, in that downward phase, right? All right, in 5 seconds, I'm gonna get a lighter set of weights. 3, 2, and 1. Good, so my lightest set of weights is gonna come, side raises. You can do a single arm, you can do a bent arm, or a slightly bent arm. Good. So shoulder height only, palms down. Good. Nice, guys. Good. Very nice. 30 seconds. We go back to a deadlift, but a different deadlift in our hips. So our toes and hips are going to be a little bit more open. 15 to go. If you feel tension in the neck, let your chin come down to your chest, lighten the weights, and just make sure you're not lifting your shoulder blades up. In 3, 2, 1. Take your feet a little wider than your hips, turn the toes out. Here's a deadlift. And all the way up. Good. So a slightly different variation on the deadlift. The knees are still soft. We're still hinging forward. Chest is forward, shoulders are back, but our hips are a little bit more open. All right, so there's still that soft bend in the knee. You're halfway through. The last thing we're gonna do is a standing Russian twist. So you can take one heavy weight and we just rotate side to side. All right, 15 seconds. Good, nice stretch in the back of the legs. Yeah, keep chest open. No shoulders rounding, no hunching. Or as a famous movie once said, what hump? 3, 2, and 1. Pick up one heavy weight. Hold it any way you want and just twist side to side. Good. Side to side. Let's do it. Let's do it. Hip to hip. Imagine that you're sitting on the floor and each time the weight is touching the floor on each side. The hips aren't moving. Isolating. So not quite a wood chop, right? We're not going from high to low. We're staying low. Yeah. Twist. Twist. 20 more seconds. 60 seconds in between sets for you to regroup, stretch any way you want, or you could do jumping jacks, or run, take a short little minute run outside, come back in. In 5 seconds we take that rest. 3, 2, and 1. All right, 60 seconds. If you like, again, a nice stretch against something, furniture, your thighs, wall, little cat-cow. All right, and if your legs are feeling it, your hips, just do a little opening. Other side, open. Also works on your balance. You want a little quad stretch. We didn't do quads in this one, but hamstrings, but that's okay from the last set. 30 seconds. We start with the deadlift, 2 feet on the floor. Moderate, heavy weights, whatever you're choosing. Remember, it's 60 seconds, so it might be a little bit longer than we would do with even a heavier weight traditionally. All right, 10 seconds. So if you're using weights, begin to gather up the weights that you would like to use. All right? In 3, 2, let's go. Down and up. Now remember, chest stays open as you look forward, not down. Looking down is going to round your back. Place the weight in the heels. There's a soft bend in the knees. Shoulders pull back, collarbones broaden. Good. Press down. Take your time on the way down. You want to go up faster, you can go up faster. But take your time on the way down. Shoulder presses are next. We do them in the form of alternating arms, palms facing in, and then we rotate the shoulders, called Arnold's. Take your time. Keep your shoulders back. Keep your chest proud. 10 seconds. We've got 3, 2, and 1. Good. Pick up your weights. 2 weights. Palms face in. Alternating arms overhead. Weights come to your collarbones. Good. Press the arms. Don't snap the elbow joint. That's it. Keep going. You're just about halfway there. We go back to the single leg deadlift. And here's the good news. After this, no more deadlifts. I didn't say no more hamstrings, I just said no more deadlifts. 20 seconds. I should say after this circuit, right? Not after the next exercise. 10, 5, 3, 2, right leg in the air, heel up. You choose which way you want to do this, right? You choose to have your foot on the floor or a little further behind you or even off the floor, balancing. If you're balancing, try not to open up your hip that's in the air, the leg that's in the air, all right? So think about keeping your hips squared. You might not go as far in either direction. 3, 2, simply switch the weight over to the right leg, left heel lifts. Or maybe the left leg is back behind you. Or maybe it's in the air. So working on the stability of the one leg. By the way, we have a one-legged version of this on the floor coming up, just so you know. Like what? 3, 2, side raise. If you choose to go lighter. And again, you can do single arms, bent arms a lot, or straighter arms. Or you can do both arms together. Palms face down. Control. I mean, gravity and the weight are going to pull you back down to the center. So work is against that gravity. Good. Good. And you want it even more challenging for yourself, bring your hands to your hips rather than in the center of your body. So start with your arms down by your side. Just a little bit challenging, right? You get to use momentum, even though we don't think we're using it. All right, 15 seconds, guys. We're going into that sumo position of the deadlift. 10 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Open up your legs. Deadlift. Come back up. Soft. Not all the way bent, but open up in the hips. Again, chest is open, shoulders back, chest is proud. Drive through your heels. Good. Take your time on the way down. Enjoy the journey on the way down. It tells us a lot about ourselves. Good. Now, in about 30 seconds, we're going to go, if you have a heavier weight, you want to use it. We've got those standing Russian twists. Good. Pull your collarbones broad. All right, gang, 10 seconds. 3. Let's do one more. 2. And 1. Pick up your weight. Side to side motion with the arms. The twist. Side to side. You can hold the weight up and down or from the head. Whatever you like. Keep your hips steady. So it is a chop, but it's not from the shoulders down. It's just hip to hip. Halfway there. Good news is we go down to the floor after this. Maybe that's good news. So you are going to go in some weights, heavier, lighter, 15 seconds. Hang in there. Come on. 10 seconds. You got this. Can't give up now. You've got 3, 2, and 1. Take it to the floor. Grab all the weights you want to use. Take a mat, towel, water. I gotta bring my clock a little closer so I can see it for most things. All right. When you get down to the floor, if you need a little stretch, hug your knees up to your chest. Adjust your cameras if you think, right? If you think, you're probably right. All right. If you like to have a weight for your bridges on your hips, be my guest, okay? Body weight is plenty. You got 20 seconds, so come on down. Thank you for fixing Rosemary. Yeah, good. And Michelle's always, she's got the camera right. All right, so on your backs, you're gonna lift your right leg in the air, and we're gonna do a single leg bridge. Here we go. On your back, right leg in the air. Now lift your hips. We got 30 seconds on one side, so that means 30 seconds on the other side. Working into the left glute and hamstring. The closer your leg is, more glute, the further away. You might feel a little more hamstring working. And you're already 15 seconds in on this side. All right. When I say switch, we're just going to go right into the next leg. No pump and circumstance here. Switch right now. One side may feel completely different than the other. From here, we have 2 arms into a chest press. Go up and down and articulate your spine so that you don't hit your tailbone and you don't miss your middle back and your waistline. 10 more seconds. We're going to pick up our weights for our chest press. You could do alternating arms. You could do, rotated shoulder, 3, 2, 1. Good. All right, let's go over into our chest press. And once again, as always, you can have your hips up or down, or you can do bridges again, or you can have your legs in any version of a tabletop position. All right, take your time, just like the deadlifts. On your way up and down, slow it down. Belly in, ribs down. No arching of the back. If you're in a bridge, keep reminding your hips to lift a little higher each time, because they will drop, not intentionally. It's just gravity is going to pull them down. All right, so if you're not in a bridge and you're a ground tabletop, keep your hips neutral, and if you're in a tabletop like mine, it allows for more neutral in your pelvis and spine. All right, 10 seconds, we're going into a full bridge with our feet externally rotated, or our hips, 3, 2, and 1. Good, take your legs wide. You can put your weights on your hips if you like that. You can get rid of your weights. We're going to stay working with the chest here after the bridges. So articulate your spine down, squeeze all the way up, and upper, mid, lower, back on the way down. Lower, mid, upper, back on the way out, or up. I'm thinking of rowing. Legs, body, arms, body, legs. But here we are, lower, mid, upper, mid, lower. All right, you're halfway through. Just this round, just a set. We have chest flies coming up next. Arms open and arms closed. And again, that slow, controlled movement. All right, 10 more seconds. And again, in the flies, you can choose if you want to be in a bridge, or if you want to be on the floor or in the air with a tabletop. You've got 3, 2, 1. If you need to sit up and pick up your weights, I'll turn a little bit more this way. Flies. Control. Belly in, ribs down. Slow and controlled, especially on the way out. And remember, a minute's a long time. It's a little bit more than 12 or 15 reps for most of us. So the weight, is a considerable option to have heavier or lighter. I chose to go lighter today. 20 seconds coming up. From here, we're going to take ourselves to a seated position. You don't need any weights. All right, 5 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Put your weights down, come up, and come into a straddle. Doesn't have to be a big straddle. Hands behind your head, elbows behind your hips. Side to side, not forward and back. All right, Joe, my Pilates girl, you're gonna like the next set. Good, good. Don't just move your head. In fact, don't move your head at all. Just lean side to side with your torso. Get as low as you can. Again, I don't care how wide the legs are. That doesn't really make any difference to me. I just care that your hips stay level and you lean side to side instead of forward and back. 20 seconds. Keep going. All right, 10 seconds. We're going to stay in the straddle position. 3, 2, 1. Good. Take your arms out to a T. Turn to your right side. Saw off your right foot twice, 3 times. Come back. Turn to your left side. Saw. 2, 3. Come back center. Rotate. Twist. 3, 2, 1. Back to center. Twist. 3, 2. Both hips stay on the ground. Open up. Twist. 3, 2, 1. Back up. Twist. All right. Keep moving on that line. Come back up. It's from the hip, right? Not just the shoulder. So we're not just punching in and out, right? Let me see you guys. Good. Rotate torso. I mean, it's like a crunch on your side. Good. You got 10 seconds. You got 1 minute in between, and then we repeat. And then some of you will go to work. 3, 2, 1, rest. All right. I'm going to grab my water. All right, so any kind of stretching, if you'd like a little lower back relief, bring your knees into your chest. Hug your knees all the way up to your chest. Maybe do a spinal twist, bringing the legs to one side. We will conclude with that, of course, but in between sets, it's nice to do as well. I mean, I could do this all day long and not mind it at all. You'll never hear me say, oh, another spinal twist. I don't want to do that. You'll hear me say, bring it on. Let's do it. All right, in 25 seconds, our first set of single leg bridges. So if you had your legs closer to your butt last time, move them a little further away and get a little bit more into the back of the legs. Only if you want to. On your back, if you're putting a weight in, goes on your hips, right leg in the air. Hips lift in 3, 2, and 1 we go. 1, I don't know, I'm counting, all the way up and down. Remember, even with the single leg, you want to articulate your spine. You don't want to hit your tailbone each time. So it's lower mid, upper mid, lower. You're not going to get that far or that high probably with one leg, but you're going to get the work into the back side of the body. In 3, you change legs. 2, in 1, change legs. Go. All the way up and down. We're moving into chest presses. Any variations are welcome. Keep it going. Just 10 more seconds. All right. You've got 5, 3, 2, 1. Pick up your weights carefully. Chest press. I like my legs in the air. That gives me a nice rounded pelvis and back and spine, right? If you want to take any other variations, you could do a single arm. You could do one heavy weight or a barbell. You can even rotate your palms, your shoulders. You could do, I don't know, there's just a million things you could do. Right now, because most of us are on a flat bench though, the weights will come directly over the chest. All right, 20 seconds. We're back into a bridge with both feet on the floor coming up. 10 seconds. 3, 2, put your weights down or on your pelvis. Legs are wide, hips come up and down. All the way up, all the way down. Again, articulate, upper, mid, lower back down. Scoop out your big scoop out of your belly. Keep it going. This one's for 60 seconds, and you've got 40 of them left. Keep it going. All right, last 30 seconds, and we have chest flies. We're almost there. We're almost there, Joe. We're going to do it. We're going to do it. All right, 15 seconds. Where you want your legs, your hips for your flies, you decide. And we'll pick up the weights in 3, 2, and 1. I just like to sit up to pick up the weights, and then we open. When the arms open, especially if your feet are down, your back's going to want to arch. So keep your waistline down, knees over your hips. Control. Yeah. Open your chest. Slow and controlled. If the weights are lighter, you can go a little faster, but you don't need to rush through this. All right, 15 seconds. We're going back to that seated position. All right, in 5 seconds, seated position, tick-tocks. 3, 2, and sit up. Legs in a straddle, go side to side. Only side to side, not forward and back. Hips stay grounded, so you don't want to lift your hips up and rock side to side, and you don't want to move your neck. Just lift and up and over. Believe me, this is a lot of work. Done correctly. Halfway through. Good. So Rosemary, when you're sitting in the car tomorrow on your way, you're going to remind yourself. Well, I'll be there to remind you what you did today. Good. 15 seconds. Last 10. In 3, 2, 1. Arms open to a T. Let's turn it and saw. 2, 3. Open up. Turn. Saw. So before you saw, you rotate your torso. 3, 2, 1. Turn. Come back. Rotate. Good. Open. Rotate. It's like you're cutting off your pinky toe. Saw. 3, 2, 1. Twist. Open up. Open up. 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. And done. Fold in between your legs. Bye, Joe. See, we got it. We got it. We got it all in. See you on Friday. Thank you. All right. All right. We aim to please. Good. Total body workout. Walk over to your right leg. Just forward fold. Walk over to your left leg and fold. Come back to the center. Let's go ahead and bring the right leg in, keep the left leg out, and just lean over to the right side, stretch. Shoulders back, open up the chest. Inhale, come back up, lean over to the left side. Now turn to your left leg and once again fold. You'll probably get a little bit more space than the last time. Walk it in. Open up right leg, bend the left leg in. You know, as little or as much, you could be supported if you need to. Left arm out to the side, up and over. Now lean to the right side, up and over. And then just turn to your right leg and fold. Walk your hands back up, bend your knees, and let's just go back onto our backs. Hug your knees into your chest, cross the left leg over the right, grab ankles, shins, or toes. Heels to the buttocks, tailbone down. And then uncross the legs. Hug your knees up to your chest. Take your feet to the ceiling. Hold on to the bottom or the outside of your feet. Keep your tailbone down as you pull your knees wide across your rib cage. And then draw it in. Let's do that favored spinal twist one more time, both sides. Just take a nice twist, release. And come back to the center of the other side. On your back, bring your knees in. Rock and roll yourself to sitting up. Forward fold. Grab opposite elbows. Sway a little side to side. Switch the arms. And then let go, just dangle, chin to chest. Tuck your tailbone underneath you, pull your belly to your spine and roll up slowly. Roll the shoulders back and around. Take a big breath in, bring your arms all the way up. And down. You guys are done. Have a great day. Stay home, stay fit, stay healthy.